So hi guys, this is Navdeep from Delhi Immigration Services. Today we have Mr. Athul Mohandas with us. Mr. Athul has got the Canada student visa approved after 3 refusals, and also he had some almost 12 backlogs. I'm sorry to highlight that, but yes, he had that. So we will just talk to him and see how his journey was and how he came out as a successful candidate. Uh, okay, so we'll just talk to him. Hi, Mr. Athul, how's he doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. What about you, sir?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you. So, just wanted to talk about about your academic background and your journey throughout. You had 3 refusals and everything. So, if you can take us through all of the journey and your thought process after those refusals, so that would be helpful. Yeah.
I actually passed out of my mechanical engineering course in 2018,
Okay.
and after that, my visa application journey began back in 2018, November of 2018.
All right.
Started preparing for this. I took a decision to go to Canada, and soon after that, I started preparing for it. I wrote the IELTS. I got a good score. I got an overall score of an 8, and
Yeah.
after that, I started filing for the visa process. And the first time I went to a local consultancy near my home in Thrissur,
Yeah.
and at that time I didn't know much about the visa application process, to be sure. I just trusted the agent fully, and whatever he said, I did. Uh, Not to disown the agent or anything, but what they had a good reputation, but what the reputation was based on the students with a strong profile. So all the students they represented had a strong profile, a very good profile. So those are the kind of students they represented. So I went to them. They got me the admission to Conestoga College for a 2-year postgraduate diploma course, and they helped me with the visa process at the start. And I applied back in December 2019, I think.
Okay. For
Yeah,
January
that's
intake, January 2019.
January.
Okay.
So after 24 days, I got the first refusal, stating that the visa officers were not sure, convinced that I would return back home after my authorized stay.
All right.
That
Okay.
point, I was very desperate. I didn't know what to do. I foresee outcome like this.
Yeah.
I was I would get in and I would be able to go to the January intake, and instead the came refusal. I was very confused and heartbroken at that stage. And soon as the agent got the decision of refusal, he told me this might be something wrong. We have to apply for the first time. I did an online application, online SDS. So
Okay.
immediately he told me that we need to apply as soon as possible with an offline paper application. At
Okay.
that time, I could have what's the point of submitting the same papers again offline? So, but I didn't know anything at that time. So I paid heed to what he said and applied for the second time.
Yeah.
This time an offline paper application, and that too after 30, yeah, about 28, 29 days, that too came as refused. So
Okay, so
at
that was
that
the same application. Like that was the same application, all right? So nothing changed. Yeah.
changed. Not even the SOP was changed a little bit.
Okay, so
So
it was purely the same application which was done online in the
yeah,
first place. It was
exactly.
did off yeah, it was done on offline in the second attempt. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that was the application. So when the second decision also came back as negative, uh,
yeah,
that I started reconsidering my options
yeah.
regarding the agents and what I did a little background check on the agents, and that's when I came to realize that applicants they represented had every one of them had a good profile. Comparing to
Right.
them, I had challenging profile. My profile was not that bad, but I had a challenging profile. That's for
Yeah,
sure. So I started looking for other options,
yeah,
and the major factor that I considered while looking for other agents was their history in representing these students like me, like who had a
yeah,
tough uh, profile.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's when I came to see one of your videos on YouTube, and I saw many of the students testifying on the YouTube
Sure.
that inspired me to call you and talk to you about my case. And after the first call, I was really convinced that Delhi immigration is the way to go, because the first call you were very professional and you told me whatever changes needed to be done. The SOP, the first two SOPs were very weak, so you told me that straight away. And yeah, that's when I decided to go through you. And after that, you helped me with the many documents. I had to add many documents like the financial documents and something. And you also helped me redid the SOP also.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that, let me say, that was
yeah,
very professional. I
yeah.
I was very impressed with that SOP. And yeah,
Sure.
that
I'm
and
sorry,
we
I'm sorry to, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt. So you also applied for Cape's notes as well at some point after the refusals, right? Before even coming to us. So what did you learn from the notes? Yeah.
yeah, from the notes also contain some generic refusal reasons like previous academic history and personal establishment and language history. I was not sure about the language part because I had a great score in
Yeah,
IELTS.
yeah,
And
no doubt. Yeah,
yeah, and the personal establishment, that was what was concerning me, because I had not given any documents proving my personal establishment back home. I
yeah,
just did the bare minimum for the SDS application checklist, like the GIC and first year tuition, and
yeah,
that was the financial document I submitted the first two times. That's when applying for the third time, you told me for establishing the personal connections back home, we need to provide some additional documents.
yeah,
So those documents I gave, and I gave it third try. We applied online, right? Back
yeah,
in February,
yeah,
we applied online, and sadly, that too got
yeah,
refused after
yeah,
19 or 20 days. Uh,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
at
after
that
that
time,
I was after that I was very shocked because I
yeah,
understood in the first two refusals I'm sorry to highlight again, but it was because of the I guess the backlogs. But the positive was you didn't have any backlogs in the last 2 years of your graduation. It was
yeah.
only in
So
the
I had,
second year, and you completed everything pretty cleanly, pretty successfully in the last 2 years, which was sufficient to, the way we explained it was sufficient for the officer to get satisfied. But I'm not sure why in the online application they didn't get satisfied with that explanation that we provided. So I was taken aback, to be honest, and I was like pretty sure, like I think we challenged the decision as well, but they didn't respond in positive in that case. So then we decided, okay, we'll possibly, do some more work on the SOP and everything to satisfy the officer, because I was pretty much convinced that, your profile is eligible. You definitely have that potential. Your profile definitely has the potential to get through and get the visa. So then we decided, even during that period of time, online applications were getting refused, even which were somehow
yeah,
weaker, so the trend was something different. So then I thought, okay, maybe we should go with the offline application. Maybe we can get some more attention of the applicant, of the visa officer, for the better assessment of the positive assessment. So that's when we decided to go with the offline application. uh, and yes, so you applied in, I think, in February or March, I guess.
March 12th. I applied on March 12th.
March 12. And then the lockdown kicked in, so I think we had to wait. We had to wait for, at least 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thankfully, the AIP came on August 31st,
Yeah.
and that was a great relief to me. Not only to my family.
That's
They were
amazing.
very, so they were also happy to see that.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, and the AP, I think it's safe for me to start studying. And you also told me that there's
Yeah.
nothing more to worry about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As long as your biometrics are fine, which were fine in the previous application, your medical is fine, no worries over there, and we've answered all the questions truthfully, and you don't have any criminal record. We have the PCC already in the application, so I don't think you need to worry. So I think everything will be fine eventually. So you mentioned that your family is very happy. That's
Yeah, very,
something that, yeah, 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 yeah. So that's amazing to know, to be honest, because I know it's you know, if you are going, one member of the family is going, everyone comes and support and everything, and everyone gets also taken aback whenever a negative decision comes. So it's a you know, joint sort of effort, and I really appreciate, and I am really happy to, you know, learn that your family is really happy with that. And obviously it was somehow was a, you know, challenging profile only because of the backlogs, to be honest. But other than that, you had a wonderful profile. Your IELTS score was amazing, and even you didn't had any backlogs, you know, in these last 2 years of graduation. So that was sufficient for us to satisfy the officer that okay, you know, if you'll take any challenge based on the last 2 years of record, you have improved your academic performance and everything, and now you are totally an improved candidate. So if you'll take any challenge, you'll be able to complete it successfully. So the explanation around that really worked, and you know, fortunately we had to do this. So there's so many applicants also, because you got 2 refusals, then you figured out okay, maybe you have to, you know, change the agency and everything, and you have to figure out who may be the best person to do the application. So there were so many students who also get affected by the rumors online, maybe sending some forums, maybe applying. So what advice would you like to give them? Because after 2 refusals, a lot of students have seen they're very distressed, they're very terrified, to be honest, you know, and they don't know what to do. So every student may have a different mindset to tackle that situation. So how, because your journey is really inspiring, at least as I understand. So what advice would you like to give to them, those students who are already suffering?
So I'd like to give them one or two advices. The first one is never give up. Never feel like you can't get anything done, and uh, and also do your research first. There are many materials online that you can search upon. Even the Canadian government website is very good.
I'm sorry, the line got disconnected, I guess, because of network. Can you hear me, sir? Yeah, I think I think we have you. We have you. Yes, yes. So you were on advice, yes, on the Canadian website. Yeah. I think we're facing some technical difficulty here. Yes, yes. I think there's some technical difficulty here. Your video is actually not coming through. Yes,
Hello.
yes, yes. Now we have you. Now we have you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Thankfully, it doesn't get cut off again. And the
So
third
you,
thing will
you're
be,
saying, yeah, yeah.
yeah, if you feel like you have a challenging profile like me, don't take any chances. Go approach someone who knows what they're doing. And also find out a little bit info about them, like what are their history like, what kind of students they represent, for and if we are talking, I would wholeheartedly suggest you go to Delhi Immigration first, because they have done such a wonderful job. They've been very professional, whether be it the communication aspect, whether be it the documentation aspect. They've been very professional with me. So I would wholeheartedly, tell you guys to go to Delhi Immigration if you guys are same with me. Yeah. Do your research, and if you feel like you have a tough profile, go to someone who knows what they're doing. There's nothing wrong in asking for help, and yeah.
So let me ask you a final question. Like, what according to you was the precise challenge in your application? And you have seen 3 applications, and how we tackled it, like, you know.
You see, previously I thought that it was my solely based on my backlog. But actually, you also represent one of my friends.
Yeah.
But he had a challenging profile than me. In case that he had few backlogs more than me. He
Yeah. He had, yeah. I remember
yeah,
he had 17, if I'm
he,
not wrong, when we had
yeah.
posted his video also. Yeah.
And
So your backlogs were less than him 100%. Yeah.
so,
But he got the visa first, so
yeah, he
that
got
really motivated us to
yeah.
definitely give it another
uh,
attempt. Yeah.
and after that, so I realized that it was not solely based on the backlog, but the officers were not convinced of my personal establishment back home. So that's
Right.
what we did. Both time we added the CA documents and several
Right.
documents to prove my ties back home. And when
Right.
that's what thing was challenging in my profile
Right.
because the first
And
was,
yeah,
uh,
yeah. Yeah, one more thing which I personally felt was like, if we compare your profile to your friend's profile, he was also having a regular job, but at the time of application you didn't.
yeah,
So I think later on you got the job and we provided the documents to them even after submission. So I think that might have worked positively, to be honest, because
uh,
see, every case is different, to be honest, but I think that was the only part where we were lagging. So I think in the fourth one we got that right. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so very much for coming here and talking to me. Is there anything that you would like to add to this conversation? Maybe a message to somebody, or you know?
I would like to stress the point that for students like me who had been going through one or two refusals already, don't lose hope, don't give up, keep fighting,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
surely get.
Yeah, and I really appreciate your approach actually. When you came to us, you were very determined that we will reapply no matter what. I mean, obviously we wanted to figure out what exactly happened, but you trusted us and you really supported us in understanding, and the constant support which is coming from your side was very uh, commendable, I would say, because you were really persisting about this, and you never look I mean, you were not even losing hope. So that was something that I really appreciate about you. So that's something that everyone every student should follow properly, because we shouldn't we shouldn't be we shouldn't lose hope. So as soon as we have the believe in us, like, okay, we can definitely do it, because there's always a way out, to be honest. So the more we can explain to them, the more we can address the questions or concerns of the officer in the next attempts. So there's highly likely possibility that we'll definitely be able to get through. Every case is different, but I really appreciate your support in this. And thank you so very much for coming here and talking to me again. And many congratulations to you and to your family once again. And now you can start safely your studies online, and hopefully, in the future you'll get the visa stamp. And then we'll be in touch. No worries. So we'll definitely be helping you further as well. No worries on that. So thank you so much, and many congratulations once again. Thank you. Thanks a
Bye.
lot. Bye.